negotiation with the EU 27 will demand patience, experience, meticulous planning, and steely resolution. And I know of no one better equipped to guide us through these negotiations than our brilliant new Prime Minister, Theresa May. Throughout the negotiating process, we are ready to take whatever steps are necessary to protect this economy from turbulence. And when the process is over, we are ready to provide support to British businesses as they adjust to life outside the EU. Because Brexit does mean Brexit, and we are going to make a success of it. The Treasury will offer a guarantee to bidders whose projects meet UK priorities and value for money criteria, that if they secure multi-year EU funding before we exit, we will guarantee those payments after Britain has left the EU, protecting British jobs and businesses after Brexit. So we will no longer target a surplus at the end of this Parliament. But make no mistake, the task of fiscal consolidation must continue. And it must happen within the context of a clear, credible fiscal framework that will control day-to-day public expenditure, deliver value for money, and get Britain back living within our means. Our productivity performance in this country is grossly uneven, still too reliant upon a few key sectors, still too focused on London and the South East. The good news is that we know how to do productivity. Parts of London have the highest productivity in Europe. The bad news is that the productivity gap between our capital and our second, third and fourth cities is greater than in any other major economy in the world. And closing that gap will be key to Britain's future outside the EU. That's why we're doing regional devolution deals, and why tackling those regional differences will be one of the key drivers for the industrial strategy that Greg Clark is developing now. And if we're going to see economic growth distributed more evenly across the regions and sectors of our economy, and more fairly between the generations, there's another big challenge that needs to be tackled: the unaffordability of housing. Because despite the action we've taken, fewer and fewer young people are able to afford to get their foot on the first rung of the housing ladder and buy their own home. Quite simply, we're not building enough new homes. This is a long-term challenge, but there are short-term measures we can take. And the package that Sajid Javid has announced earlier, the £3 billion Home Builders Fund, £2 billion of new investment for accelerated construction on public land, is a clear demonstration of this government's determination to tackle this challenge using all the tools at our disposal. There's a once-in-a-generation opportunity for Britain to cement its role as a leader in tech innovation. And my ambition is clear. I want to see what is invented here, developed here. I want to see what is developed here, produced here. I want to see jobs. I want to see profits. And yes, I want to see tax receipts here in Britain. So today, I can announce another £220 million of support to tech innovation, spread across two initiatives. £100 million to extend the Biomedical Catalyst Fund, which takes revolutionary science from the lab and transforms it into deliverable healthcare interventions. And a further £120 million to nurture the tech transfer offices that put universities and entrepreneurs together to get that science out of the lab and into the factory. So as we tread that path to becoming an independent, sovereign country once again, and forge a new and exciting role for our nation in the world, let us resolve to tackle the challenges we face at home with renewed vigour, dealing with the deficit, raising our productivity, rebalancing our economy, rebuilding our infrastructure, and ensuring that everyone in every part of our country can contribute to and benefit from the growth that follows.